Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to Nerdtastic, episode 1. This is going to be my new podcast for this channel. It will be just me talking about news, everything that's going on everything that's going on in the nerd world right now. So, I think it's pretty obvious what I'm going to talk about this week, but before we get into that, I will be posting these videos every single... What is today? Thursday? Yes, I will be posting these videos every single Thursday, my dudes. So that is going to be awesome. So with that, let's get straight into the news for this week. This week we will be talking about the death of Stan Lee. Guys, death is one of the most terrible things that can happen to anyone, and this is the man that lived for 95 years, and man, what a legacy he left behind. I mean, from that first Fantastic Four comic that he wrote all the way up to Ant-Man and the Wasp. I know he's gonna have more cameos after Ant-Man and the Wasp, like a Wreck-It Ralph 2, most likely Avengers 4. His last cameo will probably be like Spider-Man Far From Home. So, from his first Fantastic Four comic all the way up to Spider-Man Far From Home, Stan Lee has been the man. He has been awesome. And of course, I felt terrible, just like everyone did after they heard this news of Stan Lee's passing. Me, myself, I've never read any of the comics. I've never really been into reading comics. I've been into the movies and the video games, but Stan Lee has definitely left an impact on those movies with his cameos, and we have to think about when if Stan Lee would not have written those comics, there would not have been Iron Man, there would not have been Spider-Man Homecoming, there would not have been Doctor Strange, there would not have been the Incredible Hulk. You guys get what I'm getting at here. There wouldn't be the Avengers, one of the highest box offices of all time. There would not be that without Stan Lee. There wouldn't be Avengers Infinity War, guys. One of the biggest movies of all time. There would not be Avengers Infinity War without Stan Lee. So, yeah, as you can see, this guy has left a huge impact on our lives and just life in general. So, when I heard of this passing, I was in my third period class, and I was looking at my phone, and I had kind of like a double take, like, what? This guy that has lived for 95 years has just died. I don't know exactly how he died. I don't know the most likely of heart attack or old age, but yeah, it really broke me whenever I saw that. I can't really talk about this. Wow. I don't really know what to say. This is just a terrible thing that has happened, and this legacy that he has left behind is so inspirational. Just, I can't even talk about it. Like, I don't even know the words to say that tells what this guy has left behind with his legacy. And yeah, This is just terrible, guys. I really didn't see this day coming. Well, I saw this day coming. The guy was like 95, but I didn't see it leaving this much of an impact on pop culture, and it's just bringing all of these people on YouTube together. Even like DC fans, they're seeing Stan Lee has died. Even DCEU fans, they're seeing Stan Lee has died, and they read those comics when they were kids too. They read a couple of Spider-Man comics when they were kids too, so they're feeling the impact. Everyone is just feeling this impact of Stan Lee and his death. So, yeah, it really sucks, and death is one of the most terrible things that can happen to a person, as I said at the beginning. So, if we're ready, we're going to move on to the next piece of news in media, which is that John Cena will be joining the MCU. Yes, John Cena will be joining the MCU. Well, I know he's expressed feelings that he would like to join the MCU, and that he's expressing interest that he would like to join the MCU, technically. And, bro, what could this guy be? I mean, like, I could see him being, like, big, bulky. I could see him being, like, the Thing. But that's really all I could see him doing, because Mark Ruffalo's already the Hulk, and if you have him as Bruce Banner is supposed to be, like, this weak, old kind of man to counteract the Hulk. But if you have a big, bulky man and a big, bulky green monster, why does he need the monster? You know what I mean, guys? The Thing, he doesn't have a human form. So that's why it works with that. But I mean, what else could this guy be? If you guys have any ideas of what freaking John Cena in the MCU could be, please leave your comments down below. I can't believe I'm saying that right now. What other news is there this week? If we can move on to the next topic here. There's been a lot of talk of what's going to happen with the MCU after Avengers 4. And this is a topic that's kind of been going on for a while, but I kind of want to give my take in what's going to happen in Avengers 4 and post-Avengers 4. So my favorite theory of what's going to happen in Avengers 4 is that all the heroes that were snapped out of existence are trapped inside the Soul Stone via Gamora style, when he went into the Soul Stone to see Gamora. So if Gamora is still inside the Soul Stone, in that scene gives me the feeling that they're somehow gonna get Gamora back, along with all the other heroes that were snapped out of existence. Loki, I think he's gone. Heimdall, he's gone. All the people that died on the Asgardian warship are gone. And you could say that Gamora is gone, but I seriously think they did not add that Soul Stone Gamora scene for no reason. I think they're somehow going to get Gamora's soul out of that Soul Stone. Even if she's just a kid, like she was in the Soul Stone, they'd still have her back in the real world, and it would be kind of creepy with Peter, but, yeah. That's what I think is going to happen in Avengers 4. And along with all the other heroes, they're gonna get out of the Soul Stone too, like Spider-Man, Black Panther. I think they'll leave a couple of them in there, just for like stake-wise. Actually, no, because it's like if they get one hero out, they're getting all the heroes out. But they have to get, like, they have to have at least one or two of the heroes that are out of the Soul Stone and survive the snap die just for stakes, you know? Like, maybe I am seriously predicting it'll be like Steve and Tony, because Thor, Chris Hemsworth, has expressed the feelings that he does want to come back in the MCU, whether it be cameos or another Thor movie, another Thor trilogy, or anything. He just expressed interest that he wants to come back and keep working in the MCU. And Black Widow and Hawkeye are gonna stay too, because Scarlett Johansson and Jeremy Renner have expressed the same emotions that they want to stay in the MCU. So, I'm glad, you know, it's going to be more character development for Hawkeye, because there won't be as many. Because hopefully, there is going to be an Avengers team, but hopefully they add Hawkeye to that Avengers team and learn their lesson to give him some more character development other than having a family on a farm. Because other than that, he doesn't really have much character development. In Avengers 1, he was mind-controlled most of the movie, and then at the end, we learned that he could shoot arrows. And then in Avengers Age of Ultron, they definitely gave him some character development with his mom. Not his mom, his wife, and his 2 kids on the farm. That showed that he had a family, and that made us care about him a little bit more. And in Avengers Civil War, he brings up his family once as a joke. And he brings up his kids, like, oh, I was supposed to take my kids skiing this weekend, but now I gotta come here and fight Captain America, you know? And that was a funny joke, but that's the only time he brings up his kids or his wife in that movie. And he's not really in it either. He was only in it for the airport scene, just like Ant-Man and Spider-Man. And Ant-Man and Spider-Man, they're not Avengers. This was a more of an Avengers movie, so they should have kept Hawkeye in. I'm fine with, as I said before, Ant-Man and Spider-Man are not Avengers, so I'm fine. Send them off. I don't care. But Hawkeye, he is an Avenger. You should have kept Hawkeye. Marvel should have kept Hawkeye with the Avengers at the Avengers base. I don't even think he's even seen the new Avengers base, or at least we haven't seen him in the Avengers new base. Yeah, because at the end of Age of Ultron, did we even see him in that base? I don't think so. It was just Tony and Natasha with all the new Avengers. So, yeah. What was I talking about? I lost myself. This is why I can't do these kind of podcast videos, because I get lost in all my thoughts and all my feelings about certain topics that I lost myself. Hawkeye, that's who we were talking about, and him staying in the MCU. So I feel that if Hawkeye is to stay in the MCU, which I am 99.9% certain that he is, because they want to give him more character development, then that would be great. Please, keep him in the MCU. We need more character development out of Hawkeye. And on Black Widow staying in the MCU, I do like that, because though she has had character development, she's just an awesome character and an awesome female role model. So that's probably why they're keeping her in, because of the female role model stuff. And plus, even if there wasn't a female role model in it, even if it was a male, she's just an awesome character, guys. I mean, like, you see all these superheroes around fighting with big, giant, green monsters like the Hulk, and magic like Doctor Strange, and, like, spider powers with Spider-Man. I mean, like, Spider-Man definitely doesn't have as many powers right now as the other heroes, but still, I mean, like, Iron Man, he's cool because he built all that tech himself at Stark Industries, but still, he doesn't go down and, like, fight with his fists. I mean, he does in the suit, but Black Widow has all these awesome moves, like kicks and punches, and I think she has, like, guns on her hand, but that's really it. And I don't even think she has that in the movie, like the little gun. Correct me if I'm wrong, but she does not have those in the movie. And you know, that all comes from, like, a lifetime of training as a spy in Russia. But she's just an awesome character. I love Black Widow. Please keep her on. I want to learn more about her and her past. So, yeah. And then we're going to talk about the post-Avengers 4 predictions. So, in Avengers 4, they're going to beat Thanos. Well, I think they're going to, like... Okay, so they're going to beat Thanos, but they're not going to kill Thanos, because think they wanted to keep him around for at least a couple more movies, just because of how awesome a villain he is. But I may be wrong. They may kill him off. But I seriously think that they should not kill him off because of how awesome a villain he is. I mean, obviously they have to kill off the Infinity Gauntlet after they get the heroes out. They have to somehow, like, destroy the Infinity Gauntlet or something on the lines of that. Like, send it to another dimension, because another theory that I really like about Avengers 4 is that there's going to be, like, multiple dimensions of heroes, like maybe like a Miles Morales dimension or a Spider-Gwen dimension. I mean, like, with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, they're probably not gonna do that, just because of how close it'll be to Into the Spider-Verse, you know, but, like, maybe, like, 3-4 years afterward, when they're, like, 3 or 4 years into the next, whatever you want to call it, generation of the MCU, post Avengers 4, then they could add Spider-Gwen and Miles Morales, and if that works, they could add, like, a couple more Spider-Man and make, like, a live-action Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and that could be kind of the way of them telling us that, hey, Tom Holland's a little bit too old for this now. He's not the best Spider-Man. I mean, he could stay around because he would be, like, in his 20s, late 20s. Or no, how old is he? Probably like 17. So probably like early 20s, mid 20s. Most likely early 20s, yeah. So he could stay around to mentor Miles Morales and Spider-Gwen, and maybe instead of starting a relationship between Peter and Gwen, they could start a relationship between Miles and Gwen. I don't know if that has came up as an issue in the comics ever, but I just think that would be cool, kind of mixing up the norm a little bit for the movies, because we've always seen Gwen Stacy and Peter Parker together, but we've never seen Miles and Gwen Stacy together in the movies. We haven't even gotten a live action Miles Morales yet. And leave it to Disney to make the best heroes, the best first outings for superheroes. I mean, look at Guardians of the Galaxy, Ant-Man, even like Falcon, even though he hasn't had a movie yet. Just look at him in like Civil War and Avengers Infinity War and the Winter Soldier. That guy is awesome. Even Ant-Man, the little cameo he had in Ant-Man was awesome. And Scarlet Witch, even though Quicksilver, this is not the first version of Quicksilver, and you could argue not the best version of Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch is awesome. And obviously this is her best film appearance because it's her first film appearance, but I mean, like, not her first film appearance, but you guys know what I mean. First live action film appearance that I know of. I mean, like, I have to say that I know of because, like, all those obscure Marvel movies made back in, like, the late 70s and early 80s, you know what I mean? Like, did you guys know there was a Nick Fury movie back then? A freaking Nick Fury movie. I thought Nick Fury first appeared in the MCU, but I guess not. But you guys definitely go watch that movie. That movie is a strange sight to see, and you guys would love it. And it is so entertainingly bad that you guys would just love that movie, I swear. All the movies from the late 70s and early 80s, all the Marvel movies are like that. So please leave a comment down below if you want me to talk about some of the late 70s, early 80s Marvel movies. And I will definitely get on to that because, trust me, I want to watch them too. I've seen, like, little bits of the Fantastic Four from that era. I think that was more in the 90s. But, oh, God. If you guys think that the latest Fantastic Four was bad, I mean, this one's definitely more faithful to the comics, but this one is definitely more cheesy, and and it's pretty hard to get more cheesy than a freaking crash dummy looking Doctor Doom, but somehow this movie has achieved the impossible. They have gotten more cheesy than a crash dummy Doctor Doom. And yes, if you guys want to know, I did not like the 2016, I don't know when it came out, the latest Fantastic Four stick. I did not like that movie, but I just thought Doom was so entertainingly bad in that movie. So if you're gonna watch the latest Fantastic Four movie, just look out for Doctor Doom and watch it for Doctor Doom. That's more of like background noise, like whenever you're doing something else, like cooking a bunch of Christmas cookies. It's the holidays, and you want to play something in the background, and you're feeling nerdy. Just play the Fantastic Four, the Four-stick movie. And then when Doctor Doom's on, you just watch the screen intensely. Because that guy is awesome. I am Doom. Anyway, guys, I just went on a little rant there about how the Fantastic Four movies are such guilty pleasures of mine. And, yeah, I think that's about nearing the end of our first podcasts here on Nerdtastic. So if you guys did like this podcast, please be sure to hit that thumbs up button down below and buy my merch. I'm kidding, I don't have merch yet. I'm gonna try to get some merch for you guys. I seriously will. I mean, like, I've been, like, really unreliable on this channel, and I do apologize for that. But I definitely, if this channel gets to 100 subs, 100, by the end of 2018, I mean, not by the end of 2018, I love you guys. If this channel ever gets to 100 subs, I will make a merch store. I will find out how to make a merch store, and I will make a merch store for you guys. So, yeah, I truly do hope you guys enjoy this podcast, and I will let you, if I don't make it next Thursday, because next Thursday is Thanksgiving, then I will definitely try to. Then I have the whole week off, so I will definitely make one like Monday or Tuesday. So be looking out like all week for a Nerdtastic podcast. So yeah, and before you guys say yes, I know this is more of a video podcast than a radio podcast, but I'm pretty sure there's a couple people on YouTube making, like, video podcasts nowadays. So, we'll call this a podcast. What the heck? I know they're usually a little bit longer, and I do apologize for that, guys. I'll make one later in the day next time, and make it a little bit longer for you guys, but I gotta get ready for school. So, yeah, I hope to see you guys on the next podcast. And until then, see you on the flip side.